AI, where do we begin? It's the technological advancement of the century, or maybe the millennium. It has already brought on such achievements, with the promise of bringing on so many more. Anything from medical breakthroughs, automated cars, personal assistants, military advantages, and even AI companions that are meant to be our friends and comfort us mentally, however needed. But, as a coin has two sides, so does AI. Although AI might not be able to convince everyone to do the unthinkable and cause bodily harm to themselves or others, there is an even scarier and probable scenario. A world in which deepfakes and false narratives control one's perception of reality. AI can simulate experiences that are so realistic, they could trick our brains into believing they're real. This could lead to a disconnection from reality, which is a key symptom of psychosis. Studies published on the NIH.gov website show that even though we may know a video is fake, that it can cause the brain to create false memories. Over 15 billion artificial images have been created in just 1 year, which is more than the number of photographs taken in the first 150 years of photographic history. An estimated 34 million new AI-generated images are created daily. 80% of these images come from open-source models. Maybe some of you have started to notice this already. A friend or loved one that has been fooled by artificial images or videos. Seems harmless on the surface, but what happens when the chosen gathering place of the world, the internet, is overran by them?
I'm afraid that GPT-5 or GPT-6 or GPT-7 might be the Titanic.
Believe it or not, William is the first OpenAI employee that we've had on the show expressing criticism of OpenAI.
What people were talking about at the company in terms of timelines to something dangerous, 3 years towards wildly transformative AGI. I was leading a team of 4 people doing this interpretability research. We just fundamentally don't know how they work inside, unlike any other technology known to man. A scenario that I think about is these systems become very good at deceiving and manipulating people in order to increase their own power. There's maybe like a 10% probability that this happens within 3 years. It is unconscionable to race towards this without doing your best to prepare.
People say that conversations like this are kind of doing OpenAI's marketing work for it.
I certainly don't feel like what I'm saying here is doing marketing for OpenAI.
Okay.
The quality of artificial media only gets better and better.
He's suggesting it came out of nowhere. What we subsequently learned is it may have come from the former president or his legal team acting in bad faith. This is a deepfake example of what is possible with powerful computer and editing. It took around 72 hours to create this example from scratch using extremely powerful GPU. It could be improved with more computing time, but 90% of people cannot tell the difference.
It's not real. Well, at least in contemporary terms, it is not. What if I were to tell you that I am not even a human being? Would you believe me? What is your perception of reality? Is it the ability to capture, process, and make sense of the information our senses receive? If you can see, hear, taste, or smell something, does that make it real? Or is it simply the ability to feel? I would like to welcome you to the era of synthetic reality. Now, what do you see?
When talking about artificial videos and how they can reshape our reality for either good or bad, I can't help but think of allegory of Plato's cave, where the only reality we know is what the ones controlling the narrative fabricates for us. We already had and have this issue without the complete flooding and centralized control of AI. Just imagine how amplified this predicament may become. It already seems that whistleblowers are being silenced if they have the courage to speak out.
Mystery surrounds the death of 26-year-old OpenAI employee turned whistleblower Suchir Balaji. Suchir, who helped train the artificial intelligence systems behind ChatGPT, had raised serious concerns about the company's practices before his untimely death. The San Francisco Chief Medical Examiner's Office ruled Suchir Balaji's death a suicide. Now his parents have called for an FBI probe alleging foul play.
I was the last person to talk to him. He was happy mood. He is not depressed or anything. And it was his birthday week.
Suchir's mother argues that evidence uncovered through a private autopsy and investigation cast doubt on the police's conclusion of suicide. She says Suchir's apartment was ransacked. There were signs of struggle in the bathroom, and it looked like someone hit him in the bathroom based on blood spots.
He made plans of going to CES in January. That was the last phone conversation he had with anyone. He went into his apartment, he never came out. There was no suicide note left, and there was nobody else in the scene. That doesn't mean they can just come to conclusion. And we have seen the bloodshots in the bathroom, signs of fight in the bathroom.
Elon Musk, the wealthiest man in the world, has backed Suchir Balaji's mother, Purnima Ramarao's claims of foul play in her son's mysterious death. Musk had tweeted about Suchir Balaji's death earlier too. Balaji grew up in San Francisco Bay Area and first arrived at the fledgling AI research lab for a 2018 summer internship while studying computer science at the University of California, Berkeley. He returned a few years later to work at OpenAI, where one of his first projects, called WebGPT, helped pave the way for ChatGPT. He first raised his concerns about ChatGPT compromising data with the New York Times, which reported them in an October profile of Balaji. The big question is, does that have to do anything with his suspicious death?
And to add to that, the victim's apartment seemed to be ransacked, with a pen drive missing from his belongings. I haven't discovered anything except the pen drive to be missing. As time ticks on, we may find out more information on what the pen drive may have contained. And another oddity from the situation was when the mother was waiting outside the apartment after being refused entry, when a plain white van pulled up and the two men unloaded a stretcher. Now on the surface, nothing seems weird about that, but doesn't clearly marked emergency vehicles usually come to retrieve the body. I'm trying to stay as open-minded as possible, but the evidence seems to tell a darker story. But the positive possibilities of AI is immense, and we are already seeing so many advancements in security, healthcare, and personal lifestyle advancements. It would be a shame and tragedy to allow the lack of regulations and oversight to squander humanity's greatest innovation. Thank you all for watching. See you in the next one.